Okay, so I am picking up where I left off for yesterday, and I just wanted to talk just a little bit more about what happened and just elaborating some more about why exactly I quit. Okay, so if I didn't mention it in the other video, I've been wanting a full-time job with benefits and 401k, the works. I've been wanting it for a very long time. And I couldn't wait to graduate until I found a way to get that job. I would have dreams about it, especially in my senior year. I was like, oh, I can't wait to get a full-time job. I just couldn't wait. And it was at the point where I was just willing to just grab anything. And so there was that aspect of it. And it wasn't making a lot, but it was better than nothing, you know? And then another reason why I quit is I noticed, as I said in the first part of this video, a lot of people didn't like working there. A lot of people, practically everyone. And this is more of like the housekeepers, the cooks. I was the only laundry assistant, so I can't say the laundry assistants. But yeah, I mean, so many people were putting in their 2 weeks notice. And here I come. I was very jealous. I was jealous. I wanted out just like they were getting out. So I decided, okay, maybe I should just put in my 2 weeks notice too, or I didn't know what to do. I was so stuck. I didn't put in my 2 weeks notice because I didn't want to alert them that I was interested in leaving and then chicken out because I needed more money. And then as far as the job experience goes, it was very taxing for me because when I was caregiving at the other location that was like really far away from home, it's like a 45-minute drive, but it would take me 3 to 4 hours just to get there via public transportation. And I would do double shifts, like 15, 16-hour shifts. So I would have to be there by 6 and then leave at 9, like that kind of, like those kind of hours. And remember, I didn't have a car. So for me to, sometimes I would have to do a double shift, 2 days back to back. And in order to make that work with no car is, since I didn't want to be late for work, because I'd be ending my shift in the evening, but then starting the next shift in the morning, it would require me to sleep in the public bathroom. Now, a lot of people don't know that I had it that hard. Only maybe a couple of people. But yeah, I'm telling you, I had it bad. And that was one of the reasons why I transferred to a closer location, closer to home. And I was really just trying to rake in the money because I was trying to compensate for all the medical, dental, and vision benefits, particularly the medical, which really, really ate up my check. It was like half my check was gone just based on the medical benefits. And it was very criminal the way it worked, like the way that happened. So I was trying to compensate for the loss. So that was my reason for doing the double shifts. And then I had someone there as one of the lead care managers, and I saw her as like a mentor, that I admired all the double shifts she was doing. And there was favoritism with that, I suspect, because any double shift she wants, she gets. I think she was working like 3 a week, and then someone else was like working 4 double shifts a week, you know? And he may have had a different supervisor than me. And also, to be fair, the lead care manager is a slightly higher title than what I was. I was just a regular care manager, which is a caregiver. That's what, yeah, it's a caregiver. So, the thing is that she was more trusted in the community because she did a damn good job. She was really good at what she did, or what she does, because I'm pretty sure she's still there. She has a lot of expertise, but yeah, I really looked up to her. So I got inspired by her, and I started doing double shifts, and residents were asking me, like, do you really want to do double shifts because your health is not worth it to put your health at risk? You only have one body. Like, don't try to do a double, like all these double shifts, and then you're just putting yourself on the back burner, and you're eventually going to have these health problems. And I was seeing myself as invincible at that time, so I was like, okay, I could take it on. Like, I appreciate your caring, but I can take it on kind of attitude. But they actually had a point. They had a point. And that's one thing about this new location, is that I didn't do a single double shift. I said, I'm done. I said, with double shifts, I said, I'm done. And when I say I'm done, that means I'm done. So when you hear me say those words, take me seriously. So yeah, I just got tired of all the hassle. It was just so much work just to make $1. It was just so much work. It was very exhausting. And it was depressing. It was very depressing. I had anxiety then, and I brought that anxiety with me to the new location, you know? I just didn't like the existence I was living. I hated it. I felt like there was more to life. And there is more to life. Shouldn't have to be like a working machine for the rest of my life, you know? And what else do I want to say? Okay, so I'm a very respectful person. I usually do what I'm told for the most part. I butt heads with the supervisor at this last location, and I think it was a cultural divide, and also a gender divide between me and him, because I don't want to say what culture he's from, but he's from a particular culture that is known for, and I don't want to generalize, but from my experience and other people's experience, he's from a culture of people who, like the men, as far as the men go, they're very domineering, and they have this do as you're told kind of attitude. So it was his approach to me that was very off-putting and threatening. He would train me about like just certain things I had to do, but my training was rushed. It was good training because he knows what he's doing and he's like the guru of that, domain, the laundry domain. So he knows what he's doing. But I guess he doesn't have patience for learning curves. Like he teaches you one thing, he wants you to just get it right away. Like don't have me teach you over and over and over. Just like get it right away so I can get on with what I need to do. Because I have my own responsibilities. Okay, so he wasn't really taking my concerns seriously because I was doing the work differently from him. I guess because I was putting my own little twist on it, but I was still trying to keep it as close to what he was doing as possible. But I didn't have the flow down. I didn't have that down. And he was really pushing that on me. Like he was really pushing his way on me. And it's not like I was going out of my way to not follow his lead. I think I was unconsciously putting my own little twist on it, but still getting the work done. But when I had days where the workload was very busy, then I would need maybe another 15 minutes of work, or even one time I needed a whole hour. But it wasn't many days where I needed a whole hour extra overtime, because they don't like overtime in the first place. But a whole extra hour, that's like a lot for them. Even 15 minutes is a lot for them. But I had more 15-minute overtime days, unauthorized, of course. And because if I needed to get the work done, I needed to get it done, because it was my responsibility to get everything done. So I took it upon myself to take that extra few minutes, as long as by the time I left, everything was done. But then I had issues because he just didn't want me to focus on laundry, but he also wanted me to clean the workstation, like that kind of stuff, which makes sense because that's pretty much everyone's responsibility at any job, for the most part, is cleaning down their workstations and that kind of stuff. But I found myself like cramming all the work in and making the residents close the responsibility and just focusing on that. Whereas the lesser responsibilities, in my head, I'm seeing them as lesser responsibilities, as like cleaning the workstations, like things that could be put off because a resident won't complain if I didn't clean my workstation, because my workstation's all tucked away. Like the resident doesn't even go in that room. No residents go in that room. That's for staff only. So I was finding ways to juggle, and I guess like finding like these little ways to cheat. And I wasn't cheating to get over, but it was more like cheating because I only had 8 hours and it felt like a lot of time. But I've always had problems with speed with this job, like with this company. And I guess because it's not all on me, and there are other workers there who had needed help with speed too, but they focused more on me. So I was singled out, and I didn't like feeling singled out. I didn't like that at all. It made me feel, it just made me feel like I was being condescended, like talking like I was getting talked down to, like I was stupid. Like, why can't you just do it the way I'm telling you to do it? Why do you have to go off and do it another way? Like, why you act like you can't hear what I'm saying? And he's said that to me before. So, and I've been distracted. I've done things, and not on purpose, like innocent little mess ups, because I'm human. And mostly when I was like in my first month or so, I would do a lot of these little slip ups. Like, I would forget to pick up a resident's laundry in a room and that kind of stuff. So yesterday, actually no, it was the day before yesterday. It's been a long time since I've done this, because I've been on my job when it comes to making sure all the residents' laundry is picked up. I just, like, he brought to my attention that there was a resident's laundry that I didn't pick up, and the resident's family was complaining. Well, the son of that resident was really chewing him out about how it wasn't done. And I guess my supervisor didn't like that, so he returned the favor. It's like, so if you're gonna be yelling at me, I'm gonna yell at you, because it was your fuck up, kind of thing. And yeah, it was mine. It was mine. I own it. I fucked up, and I apologized to the resident. But it wasn't something that couldn't be corrected. But my supervisor still came to me like, this is the ultimate screw up. How dare you? And like, as soon as I started my shift, he approached me and said, you forgot to pick up in this room, so we're gonna go right now and get it. Like, right now. And so it was just his approach I didn't like. And once we fixed that situation, I went to, of course I had to put that resident's laundry as a priority, because it was supposed to be done the day before. And he delivered the laundry, surprisingly, because I thought he'd just make me do it. But I guess he got tired of the little screw ups here and there. So he kept getting me to sign stuff. And last week he had me sign, it was job responsibilities sheet. And it was like for 2 different titles, because I was housekeeper and also laundry assistant. So I noticed he was asking me questions about how I feel like he trained me, and it was kind of like he's trying to catch me in something. So he was like, I don't know, I felt like he was up to something. And then also he was like, this is your job duties, and I noticed it wasn't in your file, so sign it. But he was trying to get me to sign it like right then and there. Like, he didn't want me to read it. He was like, just sign it. And I'm like, what? Anywhere in the world where you're giving someone a contract, it's only fair that you let them read it first before they sign. He practically was trying to hold me at gunpoint just to sign it. And I'm like, wait, what? Why are you in a rush? And I suspect that, and for all the responsibilities, the list of responsibilities that he said that wasn't in my file, I was supposed to sign this when I just arrived, like almost 3 months ago. Why am I just signing it last week? Like, just like a few days ago. that was the company slip up. That wasn't mine. So the company's messing up and they're trying to just put all of the blame on me. Like I'm the scapegoat. But I'm not the only one screwing up. They're screwing up too. But they're trying to cover it up. So it's little things like that. I was gonna talk to the executive director about it before I made any rational decisions, but then I realized nothing's gonna be done. My concerns aren't taken seriously. They're just not. They're not taken seriously. According to this company, I'm a nobody. I'm nobody. I'm disposable. You know? I could easily be replaced with someone else. You know? The only thing is they wouldn't like the convenience of having to hire someone else. Like to have to background check somebody else and, you know, the rigor of employment. But I'm still disposable. I was disposable. But I just made a choice to eliminate myself from the situation because it felt like my supervisor was trying to get all of his eggs lined up all perfectly. So next time when I screw up, I either get a write-up or I get fired. And that was like a threat to me. So I thought, okay, since you want to fire me so badly, let me do the work for you. I just quit. I quit. And he never engaged me in conversation. It was just always straight about work. But then with other people, I mean, he always had this kind of gruff demeanor about him. Like almost like a macho man kind of thing, but very reserved and like stern. But then I see with other people, he softens up just a little bit. I see it. And even people were able to make him laugh here and there. And it's hard. I could tell it's kind of hard to make him laugh, but I have seen him crack a smile or two and even laugh at one point. And I had to stare because I couldn't believe it was coming from him. I'm like, really? Like, I love people. But then also, I'm a scapegoat. And there are many times where if you don't like me, I really don't give a fuck. But if I'm going to be working in a place, spending all of my time at this place, you don't have to like me, but at least know about me before you make assumptions and judgments. And don't make my life a living hell just because you don't like me or because you don't think you like me, even though you don't know anything about me. So it was just unfair treatment, all because I'm the new girl. And they throw all this work at me like, oh, I mean, you don't leave until 3. So, and it was really 3:30, but I had one person who will always tell me, you don't leave until 3. So here's all this. Get all the sheets from the residents. Here's everything. Just clean the whole room. Let me take the curtains down, clean it all, just clean it all. And it's like, I'm still human. I'm only one person, you know what I mean? I'm only one person. And it just, it was a lot. It was a lot. I couldn't do it anymore. And I think the reason why I felt bad about it yesterday was because it was like guilt. And I shouldn't have to feel guilty. I shouldn't have to feel guilty because I have the right to be happy. I have the right to be happy. And no one should make me feel guilty for that. No one. I didn't have any time for my entrepreneurships. Like I said, as soon as I came home, I just went to sleep. And I hated that. I hated who I became. I hated the person I became. I was just letting myself go. I was letting my dreams go. And I just reached my oh hell no moment. I was like, I do not like who I'm becoming. It's not me. And we get all these 9-to-5 kind of jobs where we get full-time with benefits and pension and 401k and all this other stuff that I'm still not even fully understanding it, but society assures us that these are good things. When we're looking for work, we want these kind of things in a job. Even the union, which my job didn't have a union, but yeah, like I was chasing the full-time job with security and benefits, but it just, in the end, it wasn't worth it. And I decided that I had to take a stand for something. I have to take a stand for something or I'll fall for anything. And I had to fight for my health. I had to quit this job to fight for my health. And even things I would do in the bathroom were micromanaged, you know? I felt like people were peeking at me through the stalls to see who was in the restroom and that kind of stuff. So I feel like there were agents there. Actually, there were agents there reporting to my supervisor. And also my supervisor was like connecting all the dots. Like if he sees, like, since he's like the guru, he knows everything about like the laundry room. So he got give like a quick eye on something and tell if something wasn't done. So he would like play Sherlock Holmes with me, and it was like, but the problem is, if there was a problem, if there was something I wasn't doing, he didn't tell me right away. He waited weeks. So it was like entrapment. He's waiting weeks and weeks and weeks to see, okay, let me see if she keeps, like, let me see if this is a pattern. Let's see if this becomes a pattern. And then when he notices that it is a pattern, then he's like, aha, I got you. You know, it's like, you thought I was stupid, didn't you? You know, it's like, come on now. Seriously? It's like, I caught the whole thing, man. You thought I was stupid? Seriously? And he's like popping his collar because he put all the clues together. And it's like, why? You know? Why? I don't think I was really given a fair chance. I think I was expected to fail. And according to them, I did. So that was the part that stood out. The imperfections stood out. The mistakes stood out. So they did see me as a liability. They saw me as a liability. Yeah. Everything I was doing was getting micromanaged. It is a really horrible feeling. I even stopped drinking my Kangen water. That's how bad it was. But I'm gonna get myself back on track. I'm gonna detox myself. Somehow. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure this out. You have any questions down below? Let me know. Let me know if, what would you do in my situation? Would you just stick it out like everybody's telling me, or most people are saying? Or would you take a fight for what's right? So until next time, looking forward to spicing up your life one episode at a time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being there. And that's it. Bye.